Hey, my name is Marvin. I have built 5 different online businesses to 5 figures a month in the past 9 years from home without leaving this place. I share advice for free on this channel. I upload daily. You can see a quick overview of the 5 different business models that I've started and some quick info on that. I also have that I consider the main channel where I have more fancy videos than this one, which is kind of like unedited. And you can check it out if you want to. So when it comes to the clients that I focus on, and this works for SMA, AI, any high ticket service that you can sell, I focus on clients paying us between $18,000 to $60,000 a year. You can see an example right here, an example right here, a more recent example over here. And I get tons of comments that I don't really answer. That's why I made this channel. I've sold services in 39 countries. The latest question I got, I was talking to somebody who I know very well in this industry, and he asked me, what did you learn from Alex Hormozi's sales team? The biggest takeaways. Now, let me just say something first. I've never spoken to Alex one-on-one, but I have basically friends in the industry who considered at one occasion selling their business to acquisition.com. And basically because of that connection, it was possible to attend a call with someone from Alex's sales team at the time. It was probably a sales manager from his team. And basically the purpose of this call was to just basically share where these industries were heading, like B2B high ticket marketing. Where is it heading from a sales perspective? What is going to change? What do we need to know? What do we need to consider when we build our own agencies and businesses from home? So there's actually only one big takeaway because the call wasn't that long. It was only like 30 minutes long. And the one thing that he told us, this was probably also at this point some time ago, like 1.5 years probably. But he said that basically we will see a massive shift from having long sales call interactions, like one call close, to a 2 call close system. And that means that we will not only have one big call, we talk to a prospect for like 45 to 60 minutes. No, most likely we'll have a quick so-called triage call. That's going to be a 15-minute call that will help us, like the name that actually, I think it gives it away pretty much. We will triage people and really quickly try to understand, hey, is this a good lead or not? Is this somebody who's qualified or not? Is this person going to be basically worth the time investment on our end with our resources that we invest, right, with the sales team? And that's something that we will see from now on. And of course, I would say this is something that mainly matters in industries where you get lots of cold leads and lots of leads from ads. If you run ads, usually you would sell a person on one statement pretty much to like jump on the call and give them one kind of potential outcome or guarantee, and that's why they are interested. And for that kind of funnel, for this kind of setup, I would say it makes total sense to have the triage call, like a 15-minute call, and then that would lead, only if the person is qualified, that would then lead to the sales call. Now, there are a couple of questions about that come up. The first one is, does it make the whole sales process longer? So you sign clients with like by spending more resources. The answer is yes and no. I think from the tests that I have done over the past 1.5 years is that when you use a triage system, the good thing is that while there are really like a lot of people that you can like filter out immediately who wouldn't be a fit anyway, and you only spend like 10 minutes talking to them, instead of dragging them through the sales cycle, the entire process and the entire call, only to then disqualify them after 40 or 50 or 60 minutes. That's something that I found to be the big upside here, the big upside. Then the other upside is that you build more rapport, you build a lot more trust easily by not selling anything and just jumping on a call and saying, hey, you know, this call is like not really about selling you anything. So that means you are just here to learn more about us, and we want to learn more about you. And that's why we're here today for like 10-15 minutes, quick chat, see where you are on your journey with your business and how we can help. And if we can help, only then we'll book the second call to discuss that separately. So it gives the prospect a lot of like a perception of safety. it gives them, I think, like I said, it builds a lot of rapport, sympathy. It makes you more likable and makes them less defensive as well. So it has pretty much only upsides. The only downside I can think of is for a salesperson with a maxed out calendar, or even like in general, a salesperson, it's a bit of a hiccup to, I think, schedule and like properly go through calls if they have these kinds of appointments, because it's usually really just 10 to 15 minutes, and you have breaks because somebody is a no-show, right? Then you have a 10, 15-minute break, 20-minute break. It's kind of like very inconsistent in terms of fulfilling an entire schedule and making it work that way. Unless probably you have a huge operation, you have like a huge team, then maybe you have a more dynamic system of how your schedules work. But I mean, for the average person that I'm talking to here, and somebody like me, who for the most part is only hired contractors, and for the longest time, even when making 10, 20, 30K with the business, I would just be essentially still like a one-man army, or like, of course, hire contractors for some of the work. But what I mean is I have never really hired people physically and had like like my own office or something like that. That's not really something that I want to do personally. But I think if you, like when you have that, then maybe using a triage system with your sales cycle is a lot easier, I think. Or the only downside that I can really share with you guys. So that's what I have to say about it. Like when you are starting, should you do a triage call? Honestly, in like a B2B setting, which all of this is B2B, business to business, because I mean, you're selling a digital marketing or AI social media service to somebody in some industry, people will know that this is going to be about them spending money on the call and like committing to that. When you talk to business owners, and here in this situation, I'm talking specifically to beginners, right? You talk to business owners, they are well aware of that. They know that they will have to spend money. So for that reason, I think it's not really necessary when you're starting. It's something that it will come up later as you go and like, I think, build momentum, build monthly revenue, get to a level where you are questioning with the maybe cold leads that you get all the time. Maybe we should warm them up before having the sales call. Maybe it makes more sense for us to like filter them out. It's a really specific case-by-case situation. And I would say it has little to nothing to do with the general industry. So it's not going to apply for all industries, right? For all industries where marketing and AI services matter. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, let me know in the comments, okay? By the way, drop a comment if you want me to answer any question you have on sales, marketing, building online businesses from home. I don't know, my Pepsi shirt, ask me anything. Last but not least, head over to my main channel if you want to have more fancy and edited videos. Then also you can go to marvinadam.com to watch a free training that I recorded, which is going to share some of the insights of basically, I think, the things that you should consider when you build your own business from home. Some of the stuff I don't share here on YouTube. And yeah, that's it for this video.